So I
Woo!
want to hear from you as a quarterback. Like, what do you think is happening to Cade Klubnik right now? He's had 2 games now where he's at 50%, a little bit better than 50%, has yet to have a 300-yard game, tripping on the turf, not hitting guys wide open. It's just weird. It's just weird. Is there something truly to listening to all the outside noise and allowing that to affect you? Is he just maybe not as good as we thought? Like where are you on
See,
kind of
I'm
where
still
that
torn
stands?
because I mean, I don't know how much you heard me from like a year and a half ago and even 2 years ago. Like I was not a big Klubnik fan initially at all. I did not think he was good. And I even thought they made a mistake by playing him instead of DJU. Like that's how little I thought of him. That I thought DJU should be playing ahead of him. And then he got better through the season last year. And I was like, okay, like I see a little something. Still don't think he's a supernatural thrower, but he's a good thrower with the football and he's a great athlete and he's winning football games. So like I was very encouraged by what I saw middle to end of the season and how much he grew up as a quarterback. So I was like, you know what, if he continues on that trajectory, we are talking about a pretty good quarterback with a ton of talent around him. But he is looking more like the quarterback that I initially saw that I did not trust, unfortunately, and did not think was elite. I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going all the way back there. I'm going to tell you that right now. I think there are a ton of other issues on this offense that have me worried. One, I don't think the run game's elite. I know Randall had the nice 30-yard run on that third and 22 that kind of ignite them to get the touchdown before halftime. I don't think there's a great running game, honestly. I don't see a lot of explosiveness in the running game. These elite receivers that were promised to us have not really shown up. I mean, Wesco obviously had his moments in the game and he looked really good. But where's everyone else? Obviously,
Mhm.
Antonio Williams is out. Will be a big addition when he gets back. But I thought there would be 4, 5, 6 guys that could make plays over and over again. You haven't really seen the consistency there, and you haven't seen the consistency from the offensive line. The one thing I did like was, and I said this was one of the keys for him in the game, was his ability to run the football. And I think that did translate to him being a better passer in this game. Like I thought this was his best game of the 3 games this season so far, throwing the football. I thought he threw with some more confidence. You know, one that comes to mind, there's a deep out route. He gets it up and over a linebacker with pressure in his face. So I saw closer to the Klubnik we saw a year ago, running it, throwing it. But I just don't see a lot of support around him, Mac. I don't see this elite offense. It just feels like everything is so hard right now.
Right.
Nothing is easy. You got to drive the football. Lack of explosive plays. Besides, really the one to like the big run to Randall and then the one to Wesco for the touchdown. Everything else was kind of freaking pulling teeth.
Yeah, no, it was, and that's I think the most frustrating thing is, as you just said, everything looks hard,
Yeah,
everything looks difficult, and you just wonder why because those guys are there. I mean, Bryant Wesco, that 70-yard touchdown he had where it was a sick crossing route,
yeah,
and then he's just faster than everybody on the field, like he's just gone, and
yeah.
you're just like, God. Why not more of that? How do we get more? How do you figure that out? How do we get that to Tyler Brown? How do we get that to TJ Moore and other company? And it's so weird because it's like one guy's on the right page, the other guy's on the wrong page, and it keeps happening. There's this one play where it looked like Tyler Brown was supposed to get vertical, and for whatever reason he stopped. Cade's throwing the vertical ball. I mean, it's a touchdown. It's
Yeah.
a touchdown if Tyler Brown keeps running and he doesn't. And listen, there's been other misses kind of in that as well, but that's the crazy part to me is you've got a 4th-year guy with a bunch of other experienced dudes, and it just looks hard. It looks like a transfer portal team that a bunch of new guys that never played together. And
Yeah.
that's what's so confusing because this team's all about culture, all about keeping in, all about retention, and they've done that at a very high level. But it's not translating. And the offensive line has been super frustrating to watch, not getting pushed, getting bullied, allowing, leakage and making your quarterback hurry up. And then the run game is what I thought it would be. I did not think Clemson was going to be able to have a super dynamic run game right now because you have a converted wide receiver to running back. It's a
Mhm.
totally different thing. And you've got 2 freshmen behind him. And so I did not expect that to be anything more than it is. The fact that Clemson outrushed Georgia Tech in this game, had 35 rushes for 174 yards. That's a grand slam. If I
Oh, yeah.
look at just that alone
But that's
on
because of
the
Cade. That's
spreadsheet,
that's because Cade finally got going.
right,
And
he had
you had one
17 rushes,
explosive
but I
run.
thought that's what it would be. I thought that's
Yeah.
what it would take. I thought it would
Yes.
be
It
him.
would.
And
Yep.
and it just the passing part. And that's what I kind of said last week is so frustrating. The pieces of this team quarterback, receiver, D-line that I thought were elite, supposed to be elite, your highest paid players, your highest paid NFL draft guys, they're not holding up their end of the bargain. They're not playing to their capabilities, and that's frustrating. And with all that said, you've got to find a way because you're not necessarily out of it. You have the biggest uphill climb you could possibly imagine Clemson to get going. The silver lining is you have Florida State still on your schedule. You have SMU, who's looked a little down on your schedule, and you have South Carolina at the very end, which they just got waxed by Vanderbilt. Yeah. So you have a little bit of opportunity there, but you're going to be fighting every naysayer along the way. You're going to be fighting everyone. You've got to start blowing people out. And I think that's asking a lot.
The problem is they haven't shown it. So, I just don't know.
Haven't shown anything.
This isn't a one-game thing. It's like we're going to get to this with DJ Lagway and 4-2. That this is 3 games now. So, fool me once.
It's who you are.
What is it? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Whatever. What is it when you fool me 3 times? Screw you. You are who you are. You are who you are right now. Clemson is just not a team that is as good as we thought they were. They're not good up front defensively. They're not explosive on the outside. Cade looked like he's regressed from a year ago. And we can say, oh, it's going to turn around. It's going to turn around. It's going to turn around. At what point is it going to turn around? Mm-hmm. You're 3 games into the season now.
Right.
We're core of the way there, boys. There ain't no more warm-ups. There's no more knocking the rust off.
Correct.
This is it, boys.
And why is there rust? There should be no rust. You know what I mean?
There should be no rust at this point. Yeah, you're too veteran. You play too much football.
Yeah.
Like I said, it just feels like this is who they are. There's been, besides a handful of plays offensively this season, it has not been good. No. It's not like you can say there's been just so much good, but there's just a little bit of bad, or if you clean up the bad. No, it's been a lot of bad and a little good. That's the problem. A lot of bad with a little good means you're still pretty far off from putting together consistent football games in order to compete. So I am not bullish on Clemson at all to be a true team to make a playoff run this season.
You should be. One team you should be, though. One team you should be is Georgia Tech. And let me tell you this, they will be favored in every game up until that Georgia game at the end of the year. They do not play Miami. They do not play FSU. By beating Clemson the way they did and keeping this thing alive, they pretty much just punched the ticket to Charlotte with the ACC championship. The interesting thing to me, and there's a lot of great things, we can do it or not, however you want to handle it. The challenge for these guys now, how do you handle success? Because back in 2011 at Clemson, we kind of we're turning this page. We're beating everybody. We're top 5 in the country. We didn't know how to win. We didn't know how to hold on to that and say, okay, target is on our back now. We are the hunted now. Mm-hmm. Georgia Tech's dealing with that next week. That's where they are. Everybody's not telling you you're the underdog, you're this and that. No, you're good. And people are going to be telling you that. How do you handle it? I think Haynes King is a warrior. I think Coach Key is as good as it gets. Let me tell you, Georgia Tech administration, line up the biggest contract extension you physically can, because everybody's going to be coming for that guy.
Yeah,
if Alabama makes a decision, which I think
he is not leaving Georgia Tech.
I hope not. But guess what? No. If Florida comes calling and they offer you whatever.
No. I'm more worried about Buster Faulkner. I tweeted this. I think Buster Faulkner is one of the best offensive minds in college football. I would be more worried about him getting some looks, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if he starts getting some calls, because what he's done with that offense and what he's done just with Haynes King alone. I mean, Haynes King, let's not forget, was not good at A&M at all. Awful throwing motion, good athlete, couldn't throw the football. Now you turn on, he's making passes. I mean, he's 20-28 against Clemson. We knew he's always been a good athlete, but now he's throwing the football. He's a warrior. But the what Faulkner has done with all those athletes, how multiple they are, how confusing they are, how they create leverage and separation and angles and everything else. It is so fun to watch that offensive work. So I don't think he's going anywhere. He's a Georgia Tech guy. He's home. He's where he wants to be. But I would be surprised if they continue on this path, which we anticipate they will be, that Buster Faulkner will be back at Georgia Tech next year. But the one thing is we know Philo's a good backup, probably one of the better backups, more reliable backups in college football. But Haynes King his energy and determination is so infectious on that
Mhm.
football team
Mhm.
that he really is the driving force. Like when they got the ball back in the fourth quarter, whether they were down or trying to go try to take the lead, there was no doubt in my mind that he was not going to get it done.
Yeah.
No doubt in my mind
No question.
at
And
all.
I think what you're remembering is that last touchdown to, I believe, tie it up, and he just goes straight through the defender's face and gets in the end zone. And that drive, Coach Key had told us later that he basically went in the huddle, Haynes King, and said, "I want the ball. We're gonna win.
Yeah.
Like, let me do it." And he did. And he's that type of player. And you're right. He's the catalyst for this team. And that's what you want out of your quarterback. If I'm the left guard on that team and I hear that, run behind me too, buddy. Like,
Hell
let's
yeah.
go. You're inspiring everybody. And it's going to be fun to watch. As I said, I think he's one of the best. I think that Haynes is the most gritty dude in college football.
Yep.
Georgia Tech ain't playing around. The AP poll just came out. They're 18. They're going to be extended quickly. I think so.
Higher.
Hey, they
Higher.
will be in ours. A little breaking news.
They will be in ours. We'll have ours released, I think, at some point today or tomorrow, our new top 15. But really impressed, Georgia Tech. Congrats. A monster win. Tear the goalpost down.
They took it to the president's house. I guess that's the tradition. They take it to the president's house.
Wild. All right, a team we talk about for Clemson of slow starts to the season, and you kind of are who you are at this point of the